Welcome. It's June 22nd here, and we're on the big island of Hawaii at Hawaii Green Earth Farms. We're going to check out the giant pumpkin, some of the giant vegetables, and the rest of the fields. What's going on with the pumpkin patch 2022. That's hard to say. 2022. All right. So this is the Atlantic Giant that I bought special this year from the mainland. It was like $25 for the seed, and it was really growing amazingly. It was an excellent growing plant. You might have seen a couple of the videos where it was younger. It was real healthy. I had big hopes. Prepped up the field, got my walking boards out. Sure enough, I came out and I saw wilt. The wilt came the day right after I had done a liquid application of a fungicide, and it made me wonder if maybe that's what it was. But unfortunately, every other pumpkin out here in the field and every other plant wasn't suffering, which then made me realize that something was wrong. So I put up the shade screen, you can see, and helped it, but the plant still was struggling, slowly growing. I removed some of the leaves. We'll go look up close. The first symptoms looked a lot like exposure burn, and the edges of the leaf, there's a lot of blackening. But then what really started giving it away that I really had a problem, for me, I was just way too early to have this sulfur out, but there was the rusty color, or that orange color, inside the stems, and these areas were getting soft, and you can see it actually has just split. So this plant's infected. I'm gonna get a trash bag out. We're gonna cut it out. So the toughest part of doing this stuff, and I didn't want to make this video, but it is part of growing these giant vegetables. Okay, not to dwell on the subject matter, but like we said, so we identified the pumpkin sick. I tried my best to curve it as much as I wanted to, and we're gonna remove it. It's a really hard decision, and I didn't even make a video for a while because I didn't want to necessarily show my loss to anybody who A, we're competing against, or B, just because I have a lot on the line here for all of these other pumpkins we're growing. But it's such a big part of actually growing stuff, so I'm gonna make the video. And so I'm showing you this here is right here are all of our other pumpkins and our other giants, and I don't want to spin the camera too fast, but you know, that's right there. So we're 20 feet away from the giant, and so I don't want it to spread, and I really don't want to mess with it. It's not growing well. It's slowed its growth. I think I might have started ranting. I was trying to keep that short, but this is cut. Oh yeah. See that brown? That is not normal. And that orange. Disease. So I gotta try to be clean as I get this out. And then I'm gonna have to come and try to treat this area. I have other giant pumpkins that can take over the patch on the other edge, but I think I'm gonna put watermelon. And hope that one of, sorry for all that bag nose, hope that one of the other giant pumpkins takes off. I am not gonna probably beat my personal best this year, which is 800 pounds. I was trying to beat 800 pounds for the pumpkin I wanted, and so chances are I'll end up with something 300 to 500 pounds off of one of these other pumpkins, and I'm just hoping to stop that disease and the bugs that are causing it. So we're not spreading that to the rest of the patch. One other thing to remember too, such a dirty knife, gross. Cleaning the knives. So like I just used this, I'm putting alcohol on it right now because I want to kill whatever rotting fusarium, or I think that is the gummy stem blight. But anyway, yeah, clean your knife. All right, that's kind of symbolic there. The flag has collapsed. The circus tent. The show's over for that pumpkin, but the show must go on, right? So those are little pumpkins there on the outside edge that are giants. They're gonna have a chance to grow in. And these are all of the other circus participants that we potentially just saved. So really hard decision, you guys. It's always hard to remove a plant, especially when you have money and time and all the energy. But thanks to other growers I watched this year removing their plants and all the hardships that go along with it, and we've been doing this a long time, it's just a big part of it, so I thought I'd do a video for you guys too. That's the giant marrow this year, the giant zucchini. It's growing like bonkers and it's starting to set fruit and stuff, so we're getting ready to pollinate. I didn't pollinate that last one you see right there. I didn't pollinate it. It might have got pollinated, it looks like. But yeah, it's headed down the hill and we're gonna get some fruit set soon. It's doing really well. This is our giant green squash. Came from an 800 pounder. It's really struggling in the wind still. I gotta get more windbreak up, but it's growing and side vining, and it's strong, it's healthy. It's really resistant to the disease, and I need to get these guys a little more wind protection, and you can see it's growing through the fence. So that's about 10 feet long. I'm gonna start looking to set a fruit up there on the giant green squash. And this is our giant butternut squash. That's a side vine. It's been slow to grow. Again, the wind is harshing, but it's about 6 feet. 6 feet long. It's starting to get going. I gotta protect it more too. You can tell there's some exposure damage, but it looks really good. This is the giant field pumpkins. I think there's another giant pumpkin in there. So they're just getting going. We're off to a little bit later start, but here in Hawaii, that's okay. So hopefully we can get a nice big field pumpkin. And then once again, the rows there, those are weeby littles and sugar pie pumpkins and little decorative pumpkins we're gonna use coming up at the end of August and in the beginning of September for advertisement. So we're gonna get those out there for pie making and desktop kind of advertisement for the traveling pumpkin patch to come in October. That's what the rest of the field looks like. I still gotta till some more and get our rows set, move that plastic, get up the second windscreen. These rows are all fertilized and ready to go, and we're planting pumpkin every other row, and in between, here comes the wind. So like you can see here, Mr. Row number 5, we got sorghum and garbanzo beans in this one. And then next to it, if that was row 6, which it is pumpkins. And so they're gonna grow, the idea is one row over. And then check, coming down here, row 7, here's another one. It's sorghum and garbanzo. We're using the sorghum to get tall and make a windbreak and then this next row will be pumpkin. And it's kind of experimental. We're doing also lentil and purple prairie barley. So yeah, we need to have things tight on center and packed in here because of our high winds, and we're having those wind screens every 50 feet. But that's a look at the field. All right, that's it for this update. Trials of growing the giant pumpkins. But hope you guys like the update. Stay tuned. You can watch our videos on our YouTube or look for some updates on our social media on Instagram and Facebook. We're Hawaii Green Earth Farms. All right, aloha guys.